not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. Today's reading, we are looking into the big life changes that are on the horizon for you, because the year of 2025, not only is this a 9 years, so this is a year of closures and completions and cycles coming to an end, but we also have some major ingresses happening. Firstly, we had the North and the South Node move into brand new signs earlier this year in January, where we have the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. Then a couple of months later, in March 30th, we had Neptune move into Aries for the first time in over a century. A couple of months later, we had Saturn move into Aries for the first time in 3 decades. A month later, on June 9th, we had Jupiter move into the sign of Cancer, where it is exalted. And a month after that, July 27th, because I'm filming this in early June, but a month from now, we are going to have Uranus finally move out of Taurus, where it has been in a pretty bad fall. It is finally going to move into the sign of Gemini on July 27th. And that is really going to ease up on a lot of the cosmic pressure that we have been dealing with for the last 7 years, that Uranus has been in fall in the sign of Taurus. So it has been causing a lot of volatility, a lot of disruptions, a lot of turbulence to the places in our life that makes us feel secure, and it makes us feel at home, and it makes us feel safe and comfortable and stable. The stuff that we hold on to very tightly, and we're trying to preserve, and we're trying to keep it safe, and we're trying to insulate it, is exactly what Uranus has been effing with for the last 6-7 years or more now. But the fact that we are having all these major planets, these outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, even Pluto moved into a brand new sign at ingress, Aquarius, late 2024, November of 2024. So the fact that all these outer planets are moving into brand new signs that they haven't been in decades, or some of them in hundreds of years, is obviously going to transfer that major shift into our physical, tangible realities and lives. And so I wanted to do a reading just looking into what big life changes are on the horizon for you guys because of these really big shifts here. So this is somewhat of a timeless reading. One of the piles here there were some specific dates and times of the year that came through. I'm not going to say exactly which pile, but if you're intuitively drawn to that pile, you'll end up hearing it in those messages. So this is pretty much a timeless reading, besides that one pile where some specific dates did come through. But no matter when you guys are seeing this, if you're seeing this after 2026, that message with those specific dates is going to be a little bit differently for you, because it was more so like a range of time came up, like the next 3 months or the next 6 months. So just kind of take that time frame and adjust it to whenever you guys are seeing this reading. But other than that, this is a timeless reading for you guys, because again, we're just reading energy, and energy is fluid. Other than that, let me show you guys the oracle decks that I used in today's reading. So we have here Earth Magic oracle cards, Pure Magic oracle, the Black Moon astrology cards, Clarifying Life Situations, Love and Career readings. Also this Finance and Career deck by Maruk X, I believe, on Etsy. Egyptian Visions, also by Maruk X on Etsy. Now let's get to the disclaimers of the meditation. So obviously this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like or agree with and think that you are fixed to that reality, then you are not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation, not answers. If you hear something for the first time, do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. Realize at the end of the day, you have the final say with your destiny. Your free will is your power, and what you choose to do with it will determine your life outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible and accountable for your own actions, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. If you would like to participate in this meditation, then this is a general reading reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into it, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're already, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds, hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages as to the life changes that are on the horizon for you. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. On pile 1 is golden obsidian. On pile 2 is an amethyst wand. On pile 3 is labradorite. And on pile 4 is a dendritic agate. welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with you guys' tarot cards, then we'll be pulling a whole bunch of oracle cards to check out the big life changes or some surprises, some life surprises that you don't see coming. So getting started with your tarot energy, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, then the Six of Pentacles also in reverse, and then the King of Pentacles. Okay, so the big life changes ahead for you, pile one, starting with the Nine of Swords in reverse, is definitely a life with fewer worries or none at all. Being able to feel mentally at peace, mentally at rest, even being able to sleep. If that has been difficult for some of you guys that were intuitively drawn to this pile, if your sleep has been bad, if you've been dealing with insomnia, if you've been waking up through the night, having difficulties falling asleep, staying asleep, just bad quality sleep, that's another big life change as well for you, is being able to get more rest and like your quality of sleep being better, and that having huge effects on your overall health, your physical health and your mental health. But yeah, for sure, there's definitely going to be some fewer concerns for you. And that's hard for some of you to believe as well, because for this card to show up in reverse, you guys have gotten used to living with like high stress or still managing to get through the day, dealing with so much stress and dealing with so much worry or even anxiety. So not having this almost like dark cloud of worries hanging over you has become unrealistic to some of you. You don't expect to really live like that. You almost have forgotten what it's like to live without that much stress or that many worries in your life. And I'm telling you guys, that is the biggest life change coming for you, pile one, being relieved of the burden of stress that you guys have taken on. Also, too, the idea of guilt for some reason is coming through. If you guys have been dealing with like any sort of feelings of like guilt for whatever this may be, maybe some decisions that you made in the past, maybe you guys are dealing with like guilt currently, maybe like guilt in some of your relationships, or guilt if you are like a parent, for instance, maybe you guys are dealing with guilt in some way, maybe not being there enough, or maybe you feel like you could be a better daughter, a better son, a better friend, a better partner, a better parent, a better worker, a better whatever, a better human. I don't know what it is, but it's like you guys there may be some feelings here of guilt, and it's like that is like erased in a sense, where you guys come to it kind of like almost like accept your journey where you have been. Not that you are like spiritually bypassing the stuff that you have gone through or been through or the decisions that you've made. It's not that you guys relieve yourself of taking accountability. This is just more so of you guys like coming to a place in your journey where you accept where you are, you accept the decisions that you've made and where they have led you to, and you guys start to make peace with where you are currently in your life. For those of you intuitively drawn to this pile that may be dealing with or suffering from feelings of guilt, where it's just felt like this really big luggage that you've been like lugging around, taking with you everywhere that you go in your life, where you almost feel, I feel like some of you guys, because of this guilt, if that resonates for you, you've almost self-sabotaged or felt like you needed to punish yourself, especially with this Nine of Swords in reverse, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, like right here, where you guys feel like you don't deserve to be happy almost because of some guilt here. And you guys may not even be able to necessarily tie back the feeling of guilt to a particular decision in your life or an action in your life. Some of you may feel almost like you were born with guilt, or like you don't necessarily know where it came from. You just feel guilty. You feel like you are supposed to punish yourself or be hard on yourself. It's like it's difficult for you to connect the dots as to where that came from or where you learned it from, or it's kind of like the origins of that maybe feelings of guilt is a little murky. But that's another thing that you guys are definitely going to be relieved of as well. And this stress as well, it may have become physical with Two Pentacles cards over here. You guys may have like developed the shakes over time. That may be something that has kind of happened for you guys physically. This constant nervousness and restlessness has led to many of you guys even waking up in the middle of the night from night terrors with this Nine of Swords in reverse, night sweats, sleep paralysis, panic attacks, body aches, hives, heart palpitations. You may have gotten your blood tested even, or brought up these symptoms with your doctor. And I wouldn't be shocked if they told you guys like everything looks fine, because that's the Nine of Swords. She's being tormented in that card to the point that she can't even sleep. But it is the Suit of Swords. So what's plaguing her is purely mental. It's more of a mental experience. experience, and it doesn't make her experience any less real. But what she's going through in this card is diabolical because no one else can see it. There's no scars, bruises, or cuts for her to wear. There's nothing apparent to show the battle that she has been fighting and that she is enveloped in. So it can be dismissed a lot of the times, or even ignored and neglected. Others might not understand or know how to support you because it's hard to fight a problem that isn't physical. You know what I mean? So it's more complex than that. It's not like money's going to solve it. It's not like a move is going to solve it. It's not like there's any sort of physical action that is going to solve this sort of torment or like suffering. It's more mental, it's more spiritual, it's more emotional. It's like you have to go deeper, right? And so if that makes sense for you, if this resonates, this made a lot of you feel alone as well. Like no one else could possibly understand what you're going through or are dealing with, but Spirit does. And that is why it's coming up in this reading for you to hear today. This is the biggest life change on the horizon for you guys. And the change that Spirit has high on the priority list for you, Pile 1, is relieving you of this Nine of Swords heaviness here. Spirit is going to remove these daggers from your life one at a time. I just heard. So you guys will watch whatever these stressors are for you be removed, solved, or dealt with one way or another gradually over time. We have 2 Pentacles cards here following as well. So this could be talking about money, work, health, or some other tangible experience that was affecting you the most mentally. 6 of Pentacles, it talks about the universe sending you someone to help you in your time of need, or you being the person that others in need come to for help. So either way, this has been kind of like a major point of stress for you guys, whether you've been the one depending on others for assistance, or you've been nearly breaking yourself trying to help other people in your life. It's become burdensome either way. So the way that you're reading is more so leaning is you guys being in need, you depending on others to get by or make ends meet or help you in a way that you haven't been able to help yourself. And look at the card that comes next. We have the King of Pentacles right here. You guys go from like relying on others with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse to being completely independent. And I think this has something to do with finances or connected to finances, maybe work. Those of you that have been praying for your own place, your own space, somewhere to call home that belongs to you, especially if you've been living in like a toxic environment. That's a big life change coming for you as well, Pile 1, because you guys have been trying to figure this out on your own with the 9 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And this King of Pentacles feels very unexpected. Like you do not see it coming when it happens. It's shocking, but everything just kind of falls into place for you. And that's a really important message that Spirit wants to tell you guys, that everything, all your needs here are going to be met one by one, and everything will fall into place for you. So biggest life changes coming through on my end for you, Pile 1. We'll pull some oracle cards like I mentioned, but what I'm seeing so far is being relieved of this debilitating anxiety, having your own, whether this is like a home or a car, for example, your own space and financial independence as well. Whatever has been really stressing you out because you haven't been able to figure something out for yourself, that is going to be something that you end up securing on your own. And that's another really big life change for you as well, especially if like money has been the problem as to why you guys have been like stressing. That's a really big life change for you. Let's start grabbing some oracle cards. Let's see what we get for you, Pile 1. Oops. Okay, we have here Carried Away that says, let yourself be caught up in the whirlwind of a romantic moment. And this is also a big life change for you guys. Unlock your heart, embrace vulnerability, let love guide your journey to self-discovery. So this is even like some sort of a romantic relationship coming into a lot of you guys' life that also eases some of that stress or maybe even pain and suffering that you guys have been dealing with. And this could even be too like this romantic relationship or this like really deep connection coming into you guys' life, or really deepening in your life in some way. It could be the way that you guys are swept up in this connection that also is very healing for you too. So that's another really big life change coming to you guys. I'm gonna keep shuffling because there's like a few cards underneath this, but I believe that Carried Away wanted to be seen. So there could be there could definitely be some sort of like romantic relationship coming into you guys' life or starting to deepen. Okay, so let's say like you're already married, for instance. This could be you and your spouse. You guys is like relationship deepening or improving, even getting stronger. Another thing that flipped over is transform and rise. Your journey of transformation unlocks vast potential, guiding your evolution to new heights. Metamorphosis mirage. Embrace the tender transition between past forms and future possibilities as illuminated by the transformative butterfly. Watch out for any sort of images or imagery of the butterfly or metamorphosis in general. This is another big life change for you guys, is your transformation. So there's something here transforming. Again, what I was picking up on my end is this is like a mental transformation, more so of a mental one, where you guys go from like just feeling the weight of the world on you mentally to feeling relieved of that, almost where it's just like, I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling more positive. I'm feeling more excited. It's like it's this complete transformation going from like night and day, especially mentally. So this is another thing as well. Also too, like it says here with Rise, your journey of transformation unlocks vast potential, guiding your evolution to new heights. So another big life change here is you guys rising. This could be rising at work, rising financially, rising mentally, or even your vibration in a sense, rising where you're feeling more positive, you're feeling more optimistic, you're feeling more excited about life. And underneath the deck here, it says, hear what's unsaid. Tune into the silence for truths that words cannot express. Listen deeply. And then it says quiet moments. Seek solace in the silence where clarity finds its true voice. This is another big life change, but this card could be talking about life change in terms of you guys finally having a moment of quiet. Like I said, like we talked about, with your Nine of Swords in reverse, you guys finally being able to sleep and your sleep not being disturbed. That could be literal as well as figurative, where you know how it's like when you're feeling like you're being tormented or you're dealing with suffering, it can feel really loud, really noisy. Life can feel like it's always pulling you in a million different directions, like it's disturbing or like there's a lot of chaos. And peace is quiet, right? It's quiet in a sense. Maybe not literally, but it's actually quiet where it's settled, it's grounded, it's calm. Your nervous system isn't triggered, right? So, with quiet moments here, that's another really big life change that's really confirming what came through with your Knight of Swords in reverse. You guys finally being able to rest physically as well as even spiritually and mentally, feeling at rest. Like I mentioned, this is you guys coming to a place of acceptance in your own journey. Like, I ended up here. Everything that I went through, everything that I did, it led me here. And I accept that. I'm at peace with that. I forgive my journey. I forgive myself, or whatever it may be. Or I forgive somebody else in my life that may have contributed to my journey in some way. And hear what is unsaid. So this is also too, for some of you, a big life change here, just feeling like as though if some of you feel like you need some time away just to process, just to get to yourself, maybe you feel like you need some time away for therapy or even rehab or just to kind of escape almost. And I know escape can sound like, spiritual in the spiritual kind of sense or community, escaping or escapism can seem like this really slap on the wrist. You don't do that. You don't escape. You deal with your stuff. Sometimes dealing with your shit means escaping for a minute, especially if it's been weighing on you in a way where you feel like you are on the verge of breaking, if you feel like you are on the verge of exploding. Sometimes we need to escape, get away, and then come back and deal with our shit, right? So, excuse my French, but that may be, another big life change for you guys is finally feeling like I have the space, I have the time, I have the opportunity, I have the energy to finally deal with whatever is going on in my life, or deal with whatever is going on mentally with this quiet moments right here. So this could be even you guys like kind of manifesting some more time in your life where I can, when I get off from work, I've got a quiet moment, or I've got some quiet time, I've got some free time where I can actually just, deal with myself or deal with whatever may be going on mentally. I can mentally kind of like reset. So that could be another thing, a really big life change that's also coming for you, pile one. All right, let's see what big life changes could be coming to you guys professionally and financially. We have here spirituality and then angelic help underneath the deck. So spirituality, these are basically the same cards. Some of you may even be astrologers, tarot readers, oracle readers, energy workers, light workers, spiritualists, occultists, root workers, witches, voodooists, whatever the word. Some of you guys, you may already be in the spiritual business in a sense for spirituality to come out. And then angelic help here. This is basically talking about you guys' finances and your professional life, whether you are in the spiritual industry, or like you could be an artist, you could be a doctor, you could be a mechanic, you could be a hairdresser. Doesn't matter what your profession is, but you guys' spiritual powers and abilities is very intertwined. It's very involved in you guys' professional life and your finances. So in other words, you guys have the ability to mentally and spiritually change your professional trajectory or your financial reality, depending on how you want to direct your energy. So let's just say you want to manifest a new job opportunity. You guys can do that very easily. Let's say that you guys want to improve your finances. You guys can do that very easily with some energy work. So you guys are either in the spiritual business or you are very gifted spiritually when it comes to manifestation. Just feels like the wrong word for it. It feels like you guys like have the universe's ear when it comes to your career and your finances. Like you're able to manifest like this, but you guys maybe haven't been able to do that as of late because of the space that you've been in mentally. Your mental health may not have been in the space for you guys to focus your spiritual abilities and powers on manifesting, a new career opportunity or more money or a new car. Like you guys may not be worried about your material life right now or your finances and career because you guys have been mentally going through it. But you're going to find that once you kind of shift out of this place mentally, whatever may be going on, you guys are going to notice that you're going to start to get back to a place where, again, you're optimistic and really excited about life. And once you get to that place, you may start to say to yourself, I'm ready for a new job, or I'm ready for more responsibilities at my work, or I'm ready to start that business, or I'm ready to go to school, or I'm ready to, change my career up in some way, or I'm ready to manifest more money. And the moment that you guys say that, like this is something that I want to do, and you put your energy into it and your intentions behind it, it's going to come through very quickly, especially with the King of Pentacles right here, coming out, being the only upright tarot card in you guys' spread. But spirituality here says you are being guided to discover your own unique spiritual path at this time. That is definitely another thing that's going on for you guys, especially with Transform and Rise right here in Quiet Moments. It says you may be called to become a spiritual advisor, healer, or anything in the occult. Your finances could use some spell work. Ask your angels and guides for assistance. For those of you that may be using candles, herbs, oils, anointing oils, anything like that when it comes to changing your finances and career around, just know that it's working. Just know that it's working, or it will work. Okay. And then we have here angelic help. And it says, this is a time to trust in the universe and know that you will be provided for. There is a career or blessing lining up for you. So stay positive and believe. Pay attention to the signs that your angels send you during this time. Yeah. You guys have a lot of spiritual help when it comes to finances and career. The moment that you guys say like you want this or that when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, yeah, it's going to happen really quickly. Let's see big life changes when it comes to love and romance for you guys. We have mask is on, things are not what they seem, and then trust issues was underneath the deck. You guys are actually going to be healing any sort of trust issues. Between mask is on here and trust issues, a big life change coming to you guys in the romance part of your life is going to be you and your partner getting to a very real place and space. That could be what has been plaguing my pile ones for those of you already in a romantic situation, and it just feels off. Something feels off. Something doesn't feel right. Intuitively, you guys may be able to like feel your partner. Like you may be able to feel like, you can't have a romantic connection with someone and be like spiritually tuned in, because we're all spiritually tuned in. We all have intuition. So it's like you can't be in a close, intimate connection with someone and not feel your partner. For those of you that are in a romantic situation and it just feels off or something doesn't feel right, whatever the case may be, just know that a big life change coming to you guys is romance, your romantic relationships, is trust issues being acknowledged. They're going to be acknowledged to the point that you guys have to dig deep with your partner. You're going to have to go there. You're going to have those uncomfortable conversations. You're going to have to say, no, I don't trust you because X, Y, and Z. Or you're going to have to sit there and listen to your partner admit that, hey, no, I don't trust you, or I've got my own trust issues because of X, Y, and Z. This could be the guilt that came up when I was looking at you guys as Nine of Swords in reverse. For those of you in a romantic situation, you may feel guilty about your partner or your relationship. There could be something there that you guys are feeling guilty about. Take it if it resonates. If not, leave it. You know how it goes. But for those of you that like, you just feel like your relationship is off, this is a big life change here coming where you and your partner are about to get brutally real in your relationship to the point where it's like everything's on the table. Nothing is hidden. With this mask is on right here, things are not as they seem. This is you guys getting to a place. We have carried away right here. That was the first card that came out for you guys, where you guys are going to feel so much more in love with your partner, because it's like your intimacy is going to deepen. And in order to feel an intimate connection to your partner, you have to be real. You have to be honest about what is going on. You have to be transparent. You have to feel like you know your partner and vice versa. And so there's going to be masks falling off in you guys' romantic relationships that will either heal and strengthen your relationship, or you guys are going to come to the conclusion that, hey, maybe we need to separate. Maybe we need some space. Maybe we need some time apart. Maybe we need to even break up. Maybe I need to be single right now. You guys are going to come to a space where, and for those of you that are single, with both of these cards coming out, just know that like your discernment when it comes to your romantic partners is going to be dialed all the way up. You guys are going to know very quickly if somebody is for you or not romantically, pile one. But for those of you in a relationship, just know a big life change here is you and your partner just getting way more honest and real with each other. And again, that is really going to like deepen you guys' intimacy. You guys aren't going to get like brutally real where you're hurting each other's feelings, but real to the point where it's like we are uncovering some really deep rooted stuff, whether this is stuff that happened early on in our relationship, or this is stuff that we've carried from a previous relationship, or this is stuff that we learned from our childhood, that we learned watching our parents' relationship or what have you. You guys are going to be uncovering some really deep stuff, and these trust issues are going to get acknowledged, and these masks are going to fall off. And so it's going to feel like you guys are vulnerable and raw in your relationships romantically. So that's another really huge life change coming to you guys as well. Let's see, astrologically, what we have going on for you. We have 11th house friends. Underneath the deck here, we have 2nd house owning. And then it was a chunk of cards, but what was on top was part of fortune increase. I'm going to show you guys what's underneath. We have 12th house escape, and then Taurus I have right here. So we have Taurus coming up twice because Taurus rules the 2nd house. That was underneath the deck for you guys. We have part of fortune increase. And then the card that came out is 11th house friends. So there's going to be some fortune coming to you guys as friend group or your community. You're more so like your associates, your friendly connections, the way that you guys identify with the collective or within your community, because 11th house, it talks about the collective, it talks about community, it talks about consciousness as a whole, it talks about humanity as a whole, and our place in it, the role that we play in it, the way that we feel we either fit in or stand out in that collective. So basically the 11th house is going to rule or deal with things like your soul tribe. So this is another thing, a big life change coming to you, pile one, is your soul tribe. Either you guys like finding your soul tribe or developing more of a deeper connection and stronger bonds with your soul tribe as well. We also have over here part of fortune increase. So this is an increase here in your 2nd house area. I don't know what rules you guys' 2nd house. Like I said, we have here Taurus coming out twice because Taurus rules the 2nd house traditionally. It's going to depend on your rising sign, what sign rules your 2nd house. You guys may have a really big transit moving through your 2nd house. your part of fortune may be located in your second house or even your 11th house. 11th house is also the house as well of like rewards and wishes being granted and fulfilled. So in other words, this is like the manifestations, the stuff that we want to see come in. This is like blessings and stuff after going through a hard time. So for some of you guys here with second house and part of fortune increase, there's going to be some sort of an increase financially. We have the King of Pentacles over here. We also have angelic help and spirituality coming out for you guys, your career and your finances. So just know that this is blessings coming to you guys as second house as well as even your 11th house. So this is your soul tribe being blessed. You guys connecting with other souls in your life that you feel like you incarnated into this life attached to, or like there's some bonds there. And part of fortune is like, there's like a really deep sort of like science to it. It's also referred to as like the lot of fortune. But in a general sense, it talks about success. It talks about blessings. And is also connected to your physical well-being, your body, your health. So there's also blessings or rewards or positive progress when it comes to you guys' body, your physical health, your success in life, you guys' finances, what you own. You guys may be a big life change for you guys. May be you coming into ownership of something really major in your life, maybe like real estate, a home, a car, something like that. We did kind of talk about, we were just looking at you guys' tarot cards. So that's just confirmation there that you can definitely expect some sort of maybe like a big purchase to happen, or you guys to own with the second house owning card right here, to come into ownership of something that you guys may have struggled before to obtain for yourself, especially with your Six of Pentacles in reverse right here. Like we talked about, Six of Pentacles is the card of being dependent on other people, or it can be indicative of having to rely on others in order to, get by. This can talk about financial assistance, stuff like that. So this is you guys finally moving out of that space where it's like you're depending on other people, because now you can financially take care of yourself, or now you have your own, whatever that may be, fill in the blank. You have your own home, you got your own money, you got your own career, you got your own car, you got your own fill in the blank. Let's see what magic is happening in you guys' life, pile one. Okay, Earth Mother flipped over. This flipped back over face down. But we have here Hidden Familiars and Earth Mother. Earth Mother here says Psychic Recharge. This is that Nine of Swords in reverse. Grounded Healer. You guys are definitely healers, mentors, and layers here. So Earth Mother. Also reconnect with Mother Earth. She has some magic to give you guys, but I'm going to read this out of the book. What also came out for you is Hidden Familiars, Allies, Natural Assistance. This is that Six of Pentacles in reverse, as well as even angelic help over here. It also says divine support, exactly, and comfort. Comfort's also coming in. Underneath the deck here, we have Jinn, wildness, enigma, service, choices. Interesting. So you guys are definitely like occultists or something. If that's not the business that you're in, you have a natural gift to understand the occult, esoteric language, spiritual knowledge, divine intelligence. Like you guys have a way with maybe even the divinatory arts. For sure, whether you're in this business or not. Earth Mother here says harming none includes not harming yourself. No matter what kind of a human mother you may have had, your Earth Mother wants you to fulfill your potential and be healthy, comfortable, and happy, and a source of pride to her and all your relations. Like the layers of soil and dirt that govern the earth below our feet, so too do we hold layers of our being, all equal and important to the bigger picture of who we are. So this is even talking about Mother Earth wanting to heal a lot of you guys' connections. You guys may suffer from some, I'm not even going to use that word. You guys may have dealt with some mother wounds in your life. That is something that Mother Earth really wants to help you guys heal. For those of you in pile one, intuitively drawn in this pile, and you've dealt with mother wounds before, Mother Earth wants to help you heal that. Or there could even be some energies, some deities around you that are like mother energies that also want to help you heal that as well. I'm also going to read Hidden Familiars for you guys since it did come out. And Hidden Familiars here says, we were all born naked into the world, but we were never brought in alone. The message The message arises for you to look at your allies and evaluate the relationship and energy between you. Is there mutual support and joy? Is the energy stagnant or weak? This is those trust issues and mask is on right here. Consider the effect of your bond and see where you can give or receive love in greater ways. This is also your 11th house friends. So this is talking about all you guys' relationships and connections. It says, are you supporting others along their own greater journey or surrendering to the fears of being alone? 9 of Swords in reverse. Your allies are your protective guardians, but they are also your spiritual guides, opening the doors of lessons for you to walk through and experience. Ask yourself if you are pushing others away or inviting possibilities in. Yeah, are you guys pushing people? We have the quiet moments card for you right here. And it says, if you're in a stage of withdrawal, now's the time to face the sun and emerge back into your community. And we have the 11th house here, like we talked about. This is about your soul tribe, community, your friends, the collective, humanity as a whole. Some of you guys, you may have been dealing with feeling a little pessimistic, a little nihilistic lately. And that makes a lot of sense, especially given the state of the world. Things have been looking very bleak. That's natural. That's a normal human response to it. So you guys may have almost lost a little bit of your faith in humanity or so. But this is, again, Spirit saying one of you guys' biggest life changes is you finding a sense of peace and unity and love and togetherness and community is coming back into you guys' relationships. And one final message here, some angel numbers for you. Big life change coming to you guys. We have this kind of wanted to come out a little bit. It kept shuffling around. It stayed face down, but this is refocus 666. Refocus to find balance between your material and spiritual aspects of life. Stop putting too much emphasis on material things. What flipped over for you, though, is enthusiasm 343. Approach life with an optimistic attitude, even in the face of challenges, like we said with your 9 of Swords in reverse. This is you guys getting back to an optimistic place. It says be excited about the opportunities that lie ahead, to embrace them with open arms. Underneath that was security 646. Work hard and stay disciplined. This is that King of Pentacles, to unlock a happy, wealthy, and successful life. Your guardian angels are here to help you, just like you guys have angelic help over here. Little crazy, little eerie. And then we have underneath the deck authenticity 787. Be yourself, pursue your passions, and show your authentic self. Don't pay attention to what others are thinking of you. And 11th house can definitely talk about being your authentic self, even in the midst of community. And being very well involved in the collective or in your soul tribe. Okay, so these are the cards that we have for you guys. Pile 1, this is all that I'm seeing for you. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off you guys' tarot cards here to look into some big life changes on the horizon for you. And then we'll be pulling some oracle cards. So we only have 2 cards for you, but getting started, we have here the Hangman. And then the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, so pile 2, there's definitely happiness here. So there's a couple of messages, like there's 2 different groups in this one pile. First group, you guys have been waiting for something to happen with the Hangman here. You keep waiting on results or to get news or to see something happen. I don't know if this example is like maybe literal or metaphorical, but I keep seeing someone taking a pregnancy test, waiting to see it turn positive. I don't know why. Maybe that's like the actual case for some of you. If it's more figurative, then this is your guide's way of saying that you guys are waiting for life to happen. Maybe you're waiting to hear back from that job opportunity. Maybe you're waiting to meet your person. Maybe you're waiting to reconcile with someone in your life. Maybe you're waiting for your health to improve, or your prayers to be answered, or your manifestations to come in, or for some form of closure. Either way, you guys feel like you can't necessarily move forward until this matter is settled. Almost like it's holding your life up, because it's what the Hangman talks about. It talks about being suspended in the air, where he is hanging and waiting for the next card to come, which is the Death card, and death represents permanent change. This is something that the Hangman is completely open to. He welcomes that extreme shift and transition into the next life. You guys have been waiting for this version of your life to change or to move on from it. And wherever you guys have been praying, hoping, and working for that change, that is the biggest life development about to happen next for you. And we're going to look at some oracle cards to get more specific if we can. But wherever you guys feel stuck, pile one, that's the next big change for you. Going back to the first message that started to come through about happiness, there is happiness here in your spread, but it comes through the realization. Another thing that the Hangman also represents are epiphanies. So this happiness comes through the realization. A lot of you had like this very strict list of things that you wanted to achieve or have happen in your life by a certain point, by a certain date. And something about that list being completed is what you guys considered a success. Pile 2, it finally registers to you guys that you don't need to complete this list in order for your life to feel whole or to feel fulfilled. There is this like pressure and tension present in the Hangman card for you that talks about time running out. And in general, in the Hangman card, it talks about time running out. And sorry, I just hit my mic. It might have been a little loud, but this is basically telling me that a lot of you may have said to yourself, by the time I hit this age, I need to have done X, Y, and Z. And again, it added this sense of pressure where this list was almost like hanging over you guys' head. There's an enlightening experience that you guys have where you end up transcending or overcoming this list and you embrace your own unique journey and timeline instead of feeling rushed into the next phase of life. So this next chapter is coming in quickly. You guys are in the middle of this transition without necessarily like fully realizing it. Similar to when we fall asleep at night, we just kind of like sort of like cross over without it feeling so abrupt. We just sort of end up in our dream. You guys are gradually shifting and you're not going to realize it until you're there, which tells me that your energy, your vibration is already there. You're just waiting to see it manifest physically here in the tangible 3D realm. So something about until that happens, you might feel like your life is almost empty or incomplete with the Queen of Cups in reverse right here. But again, this is because you guys' energetic and emotional appetite has grown. It's become bigger. You are ready for deeper experiences, life-changing experiences, and that has started to shift your focus, your priorities, your wants, your needs even, especially your emotional needs right here. And the Hangman is a card that is associated with Neptune and Pisces energy. So this is a lot about like deeply felt experiences, life experiences that fulfill us on an emotional, spiritual level. Now, for those of you that have been going through life feeling numb or detached, this is that second message here, that kind of like second group of people here in this pile. So for those of you that may have been going through life feeling detached, feeling numb, or you've been feeling like you are on the edge of exploding, that is definitely about to change with the Hangman here. Some of you as well were drawn to the previous pile 1 because that came through slightly. But yeah, some of you have been feeling almost attacked or even pushed out of your own life, forced out of maybe friend groups or your community or relationships. And you may wonder what you did to deserve that treatment, because Hangman is very familiar with his fate. He is in tune with it and accepts it. But Queen of Cups in reverse beside him says there's a disconnect here between the trials that you guys have been going through and your emotional reality. Something doesn't feel real to you guys. You may feel empty, similar to the earlier group in this pile as well, but it's a little different. Their emptiness is more so stemming from feeling like a certain part of their life hasn't necessarily started or come together yet. Yours is coming from several areas of your life almost caving in all at once for some of you. Some of you may have Chiron transiting your 11th house. Because when we have Chiron transiting our 11th house, oh my God, that can definitely manifest where we feel like we have, lost connection with people in our life, with our friends, with our friend group. Like we have almost like fallen out of a connection with our friends. We may feel like we just don't fit in with our community anymore, but in a way where it's like it's wounding us. So this could even talk about some sort of an emotional wound being suffered within your friend groups. You could have Chiron moving through your 11th house. It could also be moving through your 3rd house, maybe your 1st house as well. Because 1st house, anything transiting our 1st house, it casts this like shadow. It's like an overcast on the rest of the chart, because the first house, it steers our entire chart. It steers the other 11 houses that come after it. So you guys could have some big transits moving through your first house. You could definitely have Chiron or Pluto moving through your first, or your 11th, or even your third. Even your fifth, maybe even your fifth house. You guys may not know or understand what is happening or what has happened. That's another Chiron effect as well, where Chiron, like when our Chiron wound is activated, it normally is like almost like this karmic wound where we don't know why we are suffering in the way that we are. Like there's no sort of action to tie back, like why this happened to us. For example, this is sort of like a betrayal, where it's like you didn't give that person a reason to betray you. They were just a snake, but it doesn't make the experience any less painful, And that's Chiron energy. Chiron is a wound that we suffer and we don't understand why. We didn't do anything to deserve it, but it's a way for that wound to open us up and help us almost transcend different pitfalls in our life. And we learn to have deep levels of empathy through that wound, because it's a suffering, it's a wound that we can't heal from. That's what Chiron is in astrology. So you guys could definitely have that happening here, because it's what it's giving, really, honestly, your hangman here. This is definitely screaming Chiron energy getting activated, with him being the wounded healer. So it's an energetic trauma that you guys are feeling, because it's an energetic trauma that we inherit, and it usually happens undeservingly and with us not having any answers. So we don't know why it's happening. There's little justification or even reasoning behind it. So it's first experienced as like a deep suffering before we transmute it and learn how to use it as a medicine for other people. And so the biggest life change for you guys is not centering your life around this trauma anymore. You guys change your own rules, similar to the earlier group, but instead you guys say, I don't need to understand this or accept this or even heal this anymore. Another example here is almost like, being born into a family where one or both of your parents are just cruel to you. You didn't do anything to deserve that. Especially with the Queen of Cups right here in reverse. It's like you did absolutely nothing to deserve that. Every single child deserves security, love, warmth, affection, support. Every single child deserves that. So it's like, what could I have done for you to treat me in that way? That's what this really feels like so strongly for this second group in pile 2 with this hangman right here, Queen of Cups in reverse. It's like, I know for a fact I didn't do anything to deserve this with this Queen of Cups in reverse right here. The biggest life change here is you guys coming to the realization, I'm just really ready to leave this behind and move on. There is happiness and a light at the end of the tunnel from this chapter in your life, pile 2. And it might not feel like it right yet, because similar to the earlier group, like I said, there's 2 very distinct groups in this one pile. So similar to the earlier group, you guys are in the middle of transitioning out of the season of your life or transitioning out of the suffering. So it won't feel like you were stuck in time or like your soul is left behind in this experience anymore. The biggest life change is definitely feeling free or moving on from this wounded space. Not feeling like you're suffering anymore. So let's grab some oracle cards for you, pile 2. Let's see what comes up. Let's see what other big life changes you guys can expect. We have go your own way, and it says trust your intuition and embrace individuality, paving your path with courage and authenticity. Some of you guys have gone through this pain in order for you to branch off from where you have come from and go in a completely different direction, because you guys are being called to go in a different direction in your life and maybe even leave some people behind. And then we also have, trust yourself. Let your intuition be the compass that leads you through murky waters. This is another reason why you guys may be going through this sort of experience, is to help you deepen your connection and relationship to your own self, for you guys to learn how to trust yourself, learn how to even love yourself as well. Because sometimes there's some relationships and people that can almost interfere with us having a healthy image or healthy self-esteem or a healthy relationship to ourselves. And when that happens, the universe will very, very smoothly move those people out of our way so we can learn to really love ourselves. And that's not everybody's experience, but sometimes it can manifest in that way. We also have here a real promise: release the chains of the past and dance to the rhythm of possibility. You guys, again, are releasing those chains of the past. This is definite confirmation of what came through. That happiness is on the horizon for you guys. That is one of the biggest life changes for you, is releasing the chains of the past, not feeling chained to the past, not feeling like a slave to the past anymore. And then we have free to move. Embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. Again, this is you guys going in your own direction for sure. Okay. Let's see what big life changes you guys are getting with finances and career. And we have here the Office, and underneath the deck here, we have next level. So you guys may be moving offices or moving to a new career where you're in an office. You guys may even be setting up some sort of a home office as well, because it says be a boss right here. And then the office, you guys may start working from home. That may be another big life change on the horizon for you guys, is working from home. And that could have impact on your relationships as well, especially if you've developed some relationships with people at work. Once you start working for yourself or working from home, it's like you have to go out of your way to keep up those relationships with the people in your life, because it can be very easy to insulate yourself a little bit. So the Office here says, think of the greater good than oneself to achieve a better outcome. Consider careers in administrative or management roles. So this could definitely be another big life change for you guys, is moving into an administrative or management role. And it says, manage your time better and or delegate tasks to be more productive. So expect to get more done as well when it comes to you guys' career. And then we have next level, be a boss. You're either about to take your finances to the next level, or it's time that you do. If your finances have not improved yet, you can be certain that they will soon. There's a chance of something extra in the air. So you guys are even like moving up, elevating professionally. That's another really big life change. And that may be why you guys also have go your own way right here. You guys are kind of branching off, maybe from being like a worker into more of a managerial role or an administrative role, or becoming a boss. And when you are kind of like at the top, at the peak of your game, especially professionally, or you guys are the boss, you can't necessarily be friends with everyone else. It's like towing a fine line when it comes to having relationships with the people that work for you. So that may be why you guys are feeling a little bit isolated or even a little bit alone as you make this like change professionally, or as these professional changes start to almost take over your life in a way. That may be why you guys are feeling this hangman energy too, where it's like, I didn't necessarily ask for this position, like it just came into my life, or this is just the next best step for me and my family and my loved ones. And you guys may be feeling like there's certain people in your life that start maybe acting a little strange or different, or almost like they are upset with you or jealous of you because maybe you are moving up professionally. And so you guys may notice that almost puts you in a position where you feel a little isolated, or you may be you may have fewer friends in the workplace because you are leveling up professionally. I'm going to pull from this deck here because of your Hangman card. Let's see what we get. Big life changes on the way for pile 2. You guys also have I just saw I'm guessing this is an ancestor. I saw them step kind of like behind you, almost like holding you like in a hug. So there's more of a spiritual presence stepping into your life as well, pile 2. For those of you, especially for those of you feeling alone, you're going to notice that spirit takes more of develops a stronger presence in your life. And wow, okay, we got the masculine. That could be, it could be a masculine energy stepping into your life. This could be like an ancestor that it has masculine energy or was a masculine in their incarnation, but it says a man will play a role. Your masculine side, masculine energy. This is you guys stepping into your masculine energy as well, especially with your Queen of Cups in reverse right here. And especially for those of you that are leveling up professionally, this is you stepping into your emperor role, stepping into your masculine side that is not going to be minimized or made to feel bad or ashamed for leveling up, where however it is that you level up in your life, whether that's professionally, financially, physically, mentally, it doesn't matter. Like, masculine energy wears its pride on its sleeve. It is not at all demure when it comes to the things that it's achieving. So this is you guys, like Spirit saying, be proud of what is coming into your life. Be proud of what you have worked hard for. Do not if there's anybody in your life that is trying to make you feel bad about what you are obtaining, what you are manifesting, what you have worked for, what you are growing, where you are going, that they're not for you. And this masculine energy is really going to step in. But for this masculine card to come through, maybe work with like a masculine herb if you feel drawn to herbs and stuff like that, pile 2. One that came to mind is High John the Conqueror root, but use that at your own discretion because that is not for everyone, especially that spirit. Definitely, if you guys are drawn to Mother Earth or, herbal magic, stuff like that, start working with masculine plants, masculine herbs, stuff like that. Okay. With the masculine coming out, start working with masculine energies and guides as well. And then we have your coming out, exactly, making your presence known, coming out of a situation, emerging from inactivity, like what we talked about with the first pile with your hangman right here. You guys may feel like you have to just wait. You may feel like you are just stuck in a chapter or a season in your life right now. Like there's not a lot of activity, like there's not a lot of progress, there's not a lot of developments, there's not a lot going on. You guys are coming out of that chapter where you feel stuck. Yeah, we got the freedom move right here. I forgot about that. And next level. Yeah, you guys are definitely coming out of that. Interesting. Yeah, underneath that we have direction, being on the right path, finding direction in life, your own North Star. Let's see what astrology cards you guys might get. I'm going to have to pull from this other deck for you guys too. We have here Saturn return, age, and then Virgo, I analyze. So some of you may be going through your Saturn return right now, which basically just means that Saturn is transiting the space that it was in when you were born, the very exact point in your chart when you were born. Saturn's just moving back into that area. But Saturn return, it talks about maturity. Saturn return is very infamous in astrology. It's very notorious because Saturn's a very harsh planet. It rules discipline, challenges, and fears because Saturn's main goal as the father in astrology, can be considered very masculine energy. Some astrologers don't associate Saturn with either gender, but Saturn has a very masculine energy to it in the sense that it's very structured. It's all about structure. It's all about constructing things. It's all about solidifying things. It's all about making something tangible, real, but it does so through a very, very highly concentrated process. For example, how coal is under a lot of pressure, it becomes a diamond. That's exactly Saturn's process. It's all about transforming you into a higher version of yourself, but not even like a higher version, but more so Saturn is here to make you a master of your own life. It is here to make you a superhero, the superhero in your own life. Saturn says you are your own savior, you are your own answer, kind of like Mars energy, but more evolved. Saturn is going to use the very challenges in your life that is causing you stress, that is causing you difficulty, that is bringing you pain. It's going to use those very challenges to break you down in the places that you are already fragile. And it is going to purposely concentrate on the areas that you're most sensitive and you're most vulnerable to rebuild those areas, to strengthen them. Okay, so Saturn return age here, you guys may feel like you're going through a Saturn return, even if you're not. And another way to know too, if you're going through a Saturn return, is you're going to be around the age 30, around the age 60, or around the age 90, because it takes about 30 years for Saturn to return to where it was. And then we have here Virgo, I analyze. And Virgo is the sign of service. It's also the sign of routines and health. And Virgo is a very sacrificial sign as well, because it's similar to the hangman a little bit. They're kind of connected in the sense that the hangman is associated with Pisces. Pisces is the opposing sign of Virgo. And Virgo is the physical aspect of Piscean sacrificial energy, where it's like, hey, I am here to be of service to you. That is Virgo. Virgo says, what can I do for you? And there is no harder worker in the zodiac but Virgo. And Virgo is always, I always describe Virgo as the sign in astrology where it's like the service industry breaking down, right? Where it's like you might not notice it day in and day out. Like a lot of people take for granted the service industry and the people that take care of them because they aren't always conscious of what they're doing for them. But the moment that they can't do for you what they've been doing for you, the moment that they can't service your life in that way, it's like, oh my God, I don't know how to cut my own grass. Like I always hired these landscapers, you know what that is Virgo energy where it's like, well, now what do I do? It's almost like a sign that is very overlooked and is almost always underappreciated. For this Virgo card to come out alongside Saturn tells me that for you, Pile 2, a lot of you guys, you feel overlooked or underappreciated. You feel like you do so much for other people, almost to the point where maybe you feel like, maybe you've been wondering, like, am I overcompensating? Like, am I doing too much? Do I need to dial it back? Because again, Saturn talks about challenges, restrictions, limitations, time, karma. You put in what you get out, right? But it also talks about something being difficult. And for Saturn to come out in Virgo, this would be like Saturn transiting Virgo. And so this would talk about a Virgo shaped challenge in your life where it's like, I'm running into these difficulties when it comes to me being of service, when it comes to people recognizing what it is that I do for them in their life with this Virgo energy right here. This can even talk about as well with Virgo ruling health in the body, even having some challenges when it comes to your physical health or even your physical well-being. But Virgo is all about quality of life, quality work, quality time, because it's such a perfectionist. So for you guys here, the biggest life change for you is when it comes to you guys' hard work not being noticed, not being appreciated. Also, too, you guys are about to become a master in terms of work because Virgo also deals with work. It rules one of the work houses, the 6th house as well. So that's another huge life change for you guys. But we already saw that here with Next Level, The Boss, and The Office. But just know, you guys, try not to get too emotionally attached as well when it comes to work, and especially the people that you work with or that may work for you with your Queen of Cups in reverse right here. You guys may need to have almost like a healthy sense of like detachment when it comes to work, where the moment that you get off from work, you forget about it, you go home, you leave it there until you clock in the next day. You guys may need to create some more boundaries with the Saturn card here when it comes to your work life as well. Let's see, let's see what magic is happening in you guys' life. And we have Baraka, power, strength, force, and expansion. And underneath that, the deck, we have Songbirds, Hexbreaker, Sound Healing, Final Goodbye, and Release. You guys are also breaking some sort of a hex with this Hangman here. For Songbirds to say Hexbreaker. I'm going to read both of these out of the book for you guys. Songbirds here says, when the songbird arrives at your doorstep, you're called to pause and reflect within, to look inside and tap into your soul and release all strands of heaviness that ache to be released at your command. This is that Hangman right here, and even free to move over here. And then it says, you do not owe yourself further pain. You are free to forgive yourself, like we talked about with that wound, that Chiron wound. It says you are free to give yourself and others and create a new path of your own, just like go your own way over here. And then it says, give your worries to the dawn and let the winds carry your pains out and across the sea to the fire at the light of day. It is time to step out, just like we have coming out. It talked about you guys coming out of a situation, emerging from inactivity and making your presence known. It says it is time to step out, reconnect with friends, or introduce yourself to new ones. You have a new song to sing. Wow. Okay. And then Baraka here says, as you learn the word of Baraka, you are signaled to remember that your source of energy is held in nature. Are you connected to nature's loving core, or have you moved beyond its reaches? Put down the distractions and move back into the wild, even for a while. For very For every good turn done for you, do one in return. Whenever you feel your life has been enriched, do what you can to enrich another. This is ultimately your magic, your life, your choice, your responsibility. So this is about returning the gift that is strength, power, force, and even expansion. And just because for you guys, that idea of working with some masculine herbs came through. We have here summer solstice radiance, and this is definitely masculine energy. The sun has to do with masculine energy. Then we have here dragonfly emergence, again, just like the coming out card right here. This is about you guys do not minimize your light, pile 2. Don't do that anymore. Some of you guys are very guilty of that, and that's okay. I don't say that to make you feel bad. Don't feel bad about that. But if you're doing it, stop doing it. Stop dimming yourself. Stop trying to limit your light. Stop feeling bad about naturally standing out. There's too many cards here just saying the same thing over and over again, with going your own way, coming out, next level, be a boss. The masculine over here, Baraka, talking about power, strength, force, and expansion. And then summer solstice radiance. You guys are meant to shine. You're meant to glow. And you guys are having a glow up either in a specific area of your life or overall. And you guys, this radiance is how you guys are about to emerge somewhere in your life. Okay? Life is about to go crazy for you. You guys are about to step out in a very bold way. Be bold, be confident, be proud, be audacious. Do not hold back. It is time to step into your masculine, pile 2. Don't be afraid of being seen anymore. Don't be afraid of success. Don't be afraid of the blessings and prosperity that's coming to you and the opportunities that's coming to you. Don't apologize for the good things happening in your life. If other people can't deal with the way that your life is about to or has started to turn out or progress, that's not a you problem. That is a them problem. It's time to step into your masculine, okay? And stand 10 toes down. Stand tall behind that. The universe is about to bless you guys in a lot of ways where you can't hide those blessings, and don't try to. And you don't have to worry about hiding them as well. Some of you guys, you may even be a little bit worried about hiding your blessings because you're worried about, oh my God, are they going to send me the evil eye? Or are they going to try? Yeah, you guys got Hexbreaker right here. Yes. Okay. That's why that's coming through. Don't be worried about trying to hide your blessings in order to protect them. You don't need to hide your blessings in order to protect. They're already protected. What do you think that the sun is? Radiance. You can't get close to the sun, right? You can try to. You're going to get your ass burnt up. That's exactly what's going to happen to anybody in your life that may be jealous or envious of the blessings and the opportunities coming into your life, where they try to hex you, they try to curse you. It may even go to that level. If it does, just know that you are so protected in the sense that it is going to bounce right back to them tenfold. So do not apologize for the good things that's about to come into your life. Okay, pile 2? Don't do that. And if you are doing it right now, this is your message to stop. Okay, and then let's grab one more card for you, just an angel number here. Okay. And we have 999 completion. And it says, release what no longer serves you and prepare to embark on a new chapter filled with opportunities. Yes, we know that with next level and the office right here. And then we have trust, 232. Trust in yourself and the universe. Have faith in the divine plan and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Yeah, it's about to unfold with emergence coming out. And then we have here clarity, 543. It says, trust yourself in the universe to make the necessary changes to achieve your goals. Soon you will gain clarity about your life's purpose. I mean, yeah, it's about to become very clear about where you guys are supposed to be, because these doors are just going to open up for you and things are going to pan out so smoothly and effortlessly for you. So just trust where you're going. Okay. And completion right here. This is that hangman energy. There's about to be some relationships, some situations, some experiences, some chapters and seasons in your life that close out or come to completion for you. Don't second guess it. don't question it, just trust it, okay? Because you guys are about to level up as you move from one season to the next. But pile 2, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards. Then I'm going to be pulling some oracle cards to look into the biggest life changes on the horizon for you. So let's get started with your tarot energy. We have the Page of Swords, then the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Queen of Wands. So there's a couple of messages here, but first expect some good news, pile 3. You guys have some roads opening up or doors opening up for you very soon. This Page of Swords talks about how surprising or shocking this might be for you guys because things just start kind of like working for you. The Six of Pentacles showing up in reverse is talking about the unexpected. This is unexpected ease and help coming in because upright. The Six of Pentacles talks about being chosen by a good Samaritan, someone with the means to help people, actually goes out of their way to help who they can, but it's a random act of kindness when this card is upright. So showing up in reverse is saying that this assistance or help, it comes out of nowhere when you least expect it. Also, I just heard that this isn't something that you will have to apply for. So I don't know if someone here has like applied for some sort of assistance or help, but whatever this is, it's going to be kind of random and very unexpected. Also too, whoever this person or source is, they won't want you to pay them back in the way that they looked out for you. Another message here is someone close to you in your life, pile 3, will be getting their own lucky break. So this is someone that you've been supporting to the point that it has maybe interfered with your own plans. Like let's say, for example, that you wanted to go back to school, but someone in your family needed help and that prevented you or postponed your plans to go back to school this year. This Page of Swords, see how his head is turned away from the sword that he's holding? Spirit is showing me this as those of you drawn to this pile have had to abandon your own plans in order to look out with the Six of Pentacles in reverse for your own people, family, friends, loved ones, or someone else. So your own interests or plans got put to the side so you could put someone else first for the time being. And the thing is, those plans were postponed for longer than you anticipated. Some of you thought like, okay, this will only be a few weeks or a few months at most, and it's been longer than that. And so the big life change here is you guys' plans coming right back together like you never had to leave them behind in the first place. When I tell you that what has been out of order in your life is going to start coming back together so easily and seamlessly with the Six of Pentacles in reverse here, it's going to feel strange to a lot of you at first because you got so used to operating with certain parts of your life feeling out of order or being out of order, but that's a massive change for you. Queen of Wands is also saying that you guys are going to, again, get right back on track. You won't be using so much energy to try and help others hold their life together anymore, pile 3, or trying to keep certain parts of your life together. It won't feel like such a strain for you, but actually manageable because Queen of Wands is the Queen of Fire, and fire is energy, spirit, intentions, motivations, power. So this is Mars Sun energy, where we have to use and expend energy to get things done. Queen of Energy is fully in control, or in other words, her energy isn't scattered or scarce. She's not drained, but fully charged like a battery. So this is symbolic of you guys' life working more easily, where you are not spending so much. Also, I don't know why this is coming through. For those of you that have like really deep roots, strong connection to your ancestors, your family has passed down knowledge of root working to you. This looks or feels like the best way to describe this would be like hoodoo. That's the best way I could describe it. It doesn't have to be particularly like hoodoo work in itself because it's very specific, specifically Black Americans. But like I said, that's the way that I can describe, the best way I can describe it. There's a strong ancestral power here from a specific part of land. Like a lot of your family lineage may be native to some sort of area, or was born, lived, and died in a specific area. No matter the continent or country that you live in, someone's father or mother taught your family how to work with maybe roots or other objects to enact their will. With the Page of Swords right here, it's been passed down spiritually, genetically, ethnically as well. Yeah, they're calling you guys back into that work, pile 3. You guys cannot get away from it. Some of you keep going back to it and straying away, and then going back and then straying away, but you can't stay away from it because it's your birthright. Some of you may have left behind your spiritual beliefs as well. You may have walked away from even a religious practice. You're being called back home because it's tied very deeply into your family line. And it's going to give you examples of what I'm feeling very strongly. This is strong ancestral ties here. I don't know if some of your ancestors were like indigenous to where you guys currently live. This could be like Native American, for example, but this is giving like Low Country, Creole lineage, Gullah Geechee people. If your people are from the South, no matter the country or the continent, there's a strong presence or ancestor here who planted roots somewhere in the South. Your family may be from even like a coastal area as well. You see how on the Page of Swords, the wind is blowing the other direction. It looks like the clouds are moving like this way, but they can't help but to look in the other direction. Even if you guys don't have a lot of knowledge of your family lineage, like for example, that's a very common experience here in America for Black Americans. We don't know much about our ancestors, but no matter your ethnicity, your nationality, your race, even if you don't know much about your ancestors, they are about to reveal a lot of information to you about who they are and what their sacred practices were. So you might start seeing names, locations, even you're going to be pulled places that don't even make sense, like this Page of Swords. Like the wind's moving this way, but they're looking that way. So pile 3, this is a very specific message for some of you, but you won't feel at peace or like you can rest spiritually until you accept what your spirit resonates with. Some of you wrestle back and forth spiritually when it comes to your beliefs. Jupiter as well just moved into Cancer at the time of me filming this. And we talked about this on Patreon and for the YouTube members, how that transit is going to activate people's spiritual dynasty because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. And I tell you this much, pile 3, there is power in your ancestry that has been intentionally passed down to you. That is why you cannot get away from those old practices that might contradict whatever practice you have been involved in. Let's say, for example, you were raised Catholic, but it doesn't resonate with your spirit the way another belief system does. That's for a very specific reason, pile 3. Do not fear that old power. This is old power. Queen of Wands right here. Old power that was given to you, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, but you guys may have rejected it with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Like they're holding these presents here and it's shown up in reverse because you guys may have rejected it at some point in your life. Do not fear that old power that's been tugging at you and calling you. Once you guys tap into it, it's going to change your life with the Queen of Wands. You're meant to inherit a spiritual power or legacy that you may not have claimed yet, but it's waiting for you with the Queen of Wands over here. And it will change your life entirely, from your consciousness to your appearance to your spiritual gifts, your knowledge, the doors that open up for you. This is all around change. Don't be afraid of that. Yeah, with this black cat on the front of the Queen of Wands right here. Some of you guys, you feel you may wrestle there. That may be a shadow for you. That may be some unconscious work, some shadow work that you guys have been doing or have done before or are doing right now at the time of this, that you're seeing this reading, is you may be doing some sort of unconscious shadow work when it comes to your beliefs and breaking out of any of that conditioning or programming that has led you, or maybe even your family or your community into almost like villainizing the spiritual practices that your ancestors had that was sacred to them. You guys may have done some shadow work regarding that, regarding your own spiritual beliefs and what you resonate with and where your power truly comes from with this Queen of Wands right here. Okay, let's grab some cards here for you. Let's see what other big life changes is on the horizon for you, pile 3. We have Connections Guide. Harness the power of networks, cultivate meaningful relationships, and strategize your path to success. So this is also connections coming into your life. That's a really big life change as well, is connections that are going to open up specific doors for you. This could be doors when it comes to your professional life, your career. And then we have here web of connection. Yeah, weave your connections thoughtfully, creating a supportive web that uplifts your personal and professional journeys. So another big life change here is also you guys getting in contact with the right people people that is going to help you advance professionally. And then we have here getting advice, seeking guidance with an open heart, ready to learn and grow from the wisdom offered by others. Yeah, again, this is talking about you guys' connections, your relationships, being very beneficial when it comes to teaching you things, when it comes to helping you guys get certain career opportunities. And then wise counsel says seek guidance from trusted friends or mentors to help you along. This is also kind of bringing to mind what just came through. This is confirmation here as well of your ancestors coming in to offer you wise counsel, and a light bulb goes off. You guys see that light bulb here? Page of Swords. This is what I was talking about. This is you guys' like power, some sort of power getting activated in you guys' life. Let me also get a card from this deck too. Let's see what other big life changes is on the horizon for pile 3. We have here awakening, and look, remembering. Awakening says realizing, understanding something, a call to higher consciousness, newfound awareness is that Page of Swords. This is high key confirmation of that last message that literally just like bolted into your reading. Like that ancestor bolted into your reading so heavy when they were saying like they're going to help awaken these gifts. This, don't fear that old power that's in your blood. It's in your spirit. It's in your spiritual blood, if that makes sense. This is a part of your spiritual dynasty, like what we were talking about with just your tarot cards down here. You guys are awakening to these old gifts, these old practices, these like ancient powers that your ancestors practice or that they pass down to you, especially with remembering right here underneath the deck. Again, this is that Page of Swords, and it says people, events from the past, knowledge from past lives, memories from the past. Yeah, this is definite confirmation of that last message that came through for you guys. So like I said, even if you don't necessarily know your ancestors, they're going to communicate to you everything it is that you need to know when it comes to embracing your spiritual abilities that you inherited incarnating into this life. You guys are going to be remembering. It's like, that's what resonance is. It's when we remember something that we already know or something that we already practice. It's like when we have that energy deja vu, and it's like, wait, I've done this before. I've been here before. I've heard this before. I've studied this before. I've known this before. You guys are going to be remembering a lot. This could even be stemming from some sort of past life inheritance as well, which Jupiter and Cancer can also activate some past life inheritances, because Cancer ruling the 4th house and the deep subconscious and stuff like that, it ties back into the mother, our roots, right? And so this could even be past life karmic sort of timelines as well. That's getting activated. So that's total confirmation here. Okay, let's see what other life changes are coming to you guys. Finances and career. Okay, hold on. That went flying. It says here, ask for help, and then networker again, just like web of connection and wise counsel. You guys are going to have you guys are attracting, manifesting. There's just like, there's people that are meant to come into your life, and somehow they're going to contribute to you guys' like business, work, professional life, career, something. There may be somebody coming into your life to help you get a job. They may even look out for you guys. May just be, you're like gift of gab as well. Your charismatic sort of gifts may be getting activated as well. Page of Swords right here, especially when it comes to finances and career. Ask for help here says, consider asking for help with regard to your financial problems. Look at your financial situation from a new perspective. You still have some resources remaining. Okay. This is ask for help is again, talking about leaning on those connections, that networking, or that network of people that you either know or that are about to come into your life. And Networker here says it may be time to create or reach out to your network of people who will help you. This is that web of connection, wise counsel, and ask for help over here. And it says consider a career in marketing, promoting sales, or any professional networking job. Make the most out of the resources that you have to improve your finances. You guys' cards keep repeating themselves. So this is just like really, really strong confirmation about, again, these connections, these relationships, these people coming in to help you guys in terms of your finances, your career. They're going to somehow help you guys either get jobs, or who you know is going to be very blessed. Jupiter moving into Cancer, Jupiter may have just moved into you guys' 11th house, maybe even your 5th house. It could have just moved into your 3rd or your 9th house as well. Because it's like blessing. There's like blessings coming from who you know. Just being around the right people in the right place at the right time. Let's see what big life changes you guys have in terms of your natal chart or cosmically. We have here solar eclipse revolution. Capricorn was underneath that. Capricorn I use. And underneath the deck here, we have Leo I will. So solar eclipse revolution. So solar eclipse talks about the sun being eclipsed by the moon, right? So when we're dealing with the solar eclipse, we're dealing with really powerful revelations. And these sort of revelations, they happen to imprint on us consciously, in a very conscious way. They happen to impact our solar sun energy, which is our identity, our personality, our ego, the way that we project and present ourselves. This is our presence. Your aura is what the sun is going to rule in astrology. So when we're having a solar eclipse, this is about having a very big sort of like moment of realization and epiphany, so to speak, but a very powerful one where it's like we just realize certain things, but in a way where we Page of Swords it. We remember, something awakens within us through that solar eclipse revolution. So this is about our solar energy being awakened, a part of us being awakened, a part of us being enlightened and becoming illuminated. So definitely expect a big life change when it comes to maybe how you guys carry yourself, your presence, your energy, you just coming off very differently. Okay. And this could also be because that ancestor energy really just starts like pouring into your life. You guys start remembering a lot of things, a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom really starts to like awaken in you. And you guys may start to use that wisdom, or even those abilities in order to change your life, especially when it comes to your own energy with the Queen of Wands right here. And yeah, we have your Capricorn I use, and Capricorn is the sign that rules the top of the chart traditionally. So it talks about our ambitions, our legacy, what we are working towards. This is like our life's work and our life's kind of like purpose when we're dealing with Capricorn energy. Capricorn, again, is an extremely ambitious sign. It reaches for the top of everything. Capricorn doesn't understand ceilings and limits, even though it's ruled by Saturn, the planet of limitations. But that is because Capricorn is willing to do the work it takes. It's willing to make the sacrifices that it needs to make in order to shatter its own ceiling. So you guys are, another big life change for you guys is you breaking past your own potential. You guys realizing just how much you're capable of, just how much you can make happen. Queen of Wands right here. Again, you guys are awakening. You're remembering exactly who you are spiritually, as well as even when it comes to your own potential. And you're really starting to like wear, especially with Leo I will underneath the deck, you guys are really starting to wear a different level of confidence. You're starting to even move or even look differently, especially with your Leo card here, I will. Leo talks about, again, it's ruled by the sun. So it's going to talk about your energy, your aura, your presence, how you come off, how people feel you, how they receive you, because this is who you are. And so there's a sense of confidence and pride when we're dealing with Leo energy. And Capricorn, you know how sometimes people can seem proud? When you have Leo and Capricorn energy and then solar eclipse over here, this is like, yeah, like I don't just like talk it, I walk it. Like I don't just feel proud. I am proud because of how hard I've worked, what I have done to get where I am. So this is you guys like presence, your energy, your aura changing because you guys have done the work to do that. especially with your Queen of Wands right here. Like I talked about, you guys may be doing some sort of unconscious shadow work right now at the time of seeing this reading. Just know that as you come out of that shadow work, you're going to feel and look different. All right, let's see what magic is happening in your life, pile 3. Okay, slips here flipped over. Peace, agent of change, impact, and importance. And then underneath the deck here, we have salamander, which is, it says Eurobos, creative work, infinite wisdom, and alchemy. And the Eurobos in tarot is associated with the magician. He's actually wearing it around his waist. And the salamander is actually associated with the Queen and the King of Wands because it's actually like printed onto their throne. But it basically just talks about like transmutation, embracing your inner wisdom. Like it says infinite wisdom down here. So I'm going to read both of these for you guys. One second. And Sylphs, I don't know how to say this, but it says it has come to speak to you and offer their magic, purity, and wisdom for you to claim and use. Again, this is that Page of Swords. This ancestor coming through saying like, stop being afraid of your power, this old ancient power, whatever this is. It says, you have been chosen to stand with the magical beings in flight and offer your own magic to create change in the environment that you reside within, both magically and atomically. Air is precious and our energy impacts it in ways we cannot yet fully imagine. Do you know how to purify the atmosphere of your home or land? Now is the time to pay attention, be mindful of energetic waste and debris, and ask yourself if you are contributing to the toxicity or working to eradicate it. Be mindful of your eco footprint and take steps to lessen the impact of daily pollution. Do not wait until the air becomes too thick and dangerous to breathe. Follow the calling now and see to it that you become part of the revolution of change. Wow, just like it says over here, solar eclipse revolution. Part of the revolution of change and shift the world into a cleaner, better state than we arrived. Sylphs, I don't know. Also impart a message to be clear with intent and virtue in action, thought, and presence. Begin to diffuse stagnant debris and learn to treat all environments with respect and care. Everything is alive in vibration, and thus we may pay respect to their presence in harmony. Yeah, and this is like the idea of like animism is coming through with this card here. And that is basically like the idea that everything is living, everything is alive, everything has a spirit behind it. Again, that's kind of like connected to root work. What came up when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards. I don't know. I don't know if there's like something specific here about your ancestors. It may even be like in your family, a well-known thing. And some of you guys' family that were intuitively drawn to this pile, where you had certain family members that worked with plants, herbs, roots, magic, stuff like that, energy work. Maybe they were diviners, you know. Some of you may have been drawn to pile 1 too, because that message came up a little bit in pile 1. Salamander here says, energy is shifting course and you are being guided to prepare for change and metamorphosis. There is no turning back or hiding away now. The spirits know you are ready. This is that ancestor coming through for you guys. It says, are there projects left unfinished? Are you procrastinating over your next moves? Nudge yourself back to creative work and keep that fire burning alive. If the fire is beginning to flicker, the responsibility falls to you. When you finally own the wisdom of your creative aptitude, you will be able to teach others to ignite their flames as well. Okay, so this is about you guys even inspiring other people in your life. This is why something in you is awakening. And this may be also why we have here Leo, solar sun energy, Capricorn. You guys like are about to become an inspiration for other people. This may even be why networks and relationships and connections and wise counsel, all that kind of kept coming out, is because maybe you guys are moving into a space where you're going to be the wise one that counsels other people. Somehow it's like networking, communicating, connecting with people is really important when it comes to these big life changes that's about to happen in you guys' life. And then just pulling a last card for you about some angel numbers. We have harmony, grounding, and changes. Harmony says 121. Embrace harmony in your life. Seek balance between your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Okay, this is another big change coming into you guys' life. Then we have grounding. You are reminded of the importance of staying grounded and centered amidst life's ups and downs. Connect with your inner strength and stability, finding peace and balance within yourself. And then changes here. 454 says, embrace change and take courageous steps to unlock opportunities for personal growth and spiritual transformation. And pile 3, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we are starting off with your tarot cards. Then I'm going to be pulling some oracle cards to look into the big life changes on the horizon for you. So starting with your tarot energy, we have the 8 of Cups in reverse, and the King of Wands, and then the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, first off, pile 4, there's a message coming through from Great Spirit to you that no, you guys did not make the wrong move or the wrong turn. You don't need to doubt or question where you currently are at with the 8 of Cups in reverse right here. Some of you, where you are currently at in your life, it may be so unpleasant that you may wonder, like, have I made a bad decision? Did I make a wrong turn somewhere? You may be trying to retrace your steps and wondering what you should have done differently. On my end, what I'm hearing for you is no, you did not mess up somewhere. You didn't screw up. Some of you are wondering, should you go back to where you came from with this 8 of Cups in reverse? That's your own personal choice, of course. But if you are only motivated to return to where you left because you were doubting where you were at, that is not the answer for you either. Those of you intuitively drawn to this pile took a really big risk recently. You took on the unknown. You may have challenged yourself and left behind what you know, but you feel like you were either being punished for making that move or like you put yourself in a worse off position because nothing may be happening for you with the Page of Cups in reverse right here. And it's like you're not seeing your goals materialize. You're not seeing any progress or movement. Some of you feel like you were watching a dream of yours slowly fade away with the Page of Cups in reverse. Some of you feel like people's promises or certain things that you had set up fell through. But don't let this shake you up. Okay. Don't let that convince you to go back to what you know. This might feel like a test, but Spirit isn't tricking you guys with the King of Wands right here. Everything that you felt tugging at you and your spirit that called you to take that risk or to make that move is going to answer you. Okay, so the calling that you guys followed is going to answer. Great Spirit is faithful and never puts a calling in your life just to lead us to a dead end. That doesn't happen. The Spirit does not do that. You are just getting started, pile 4. So don't stop praying or setting intention or believing, visualizing, energy working, moving, dreaming, making petitions, doing shadow work, none of it. Don't stop any of it. Matter of fact, set more intentions. Dream bigger, reach higher. King of Wands is assuring you what has already been promised to you. So stay excited for what moved you in the first place, because the idea of like a promise or the word promise kind of keeps coming through for you guys here. So there's something that is going to happen for you for sure. A promise will be fulfilled. For the surprises here, the life surprises here, first off, you will get the attention that you were looking for, pile 4, with the King of Wands right here. Whether this is like getting noticed for a job or work opportunity, maybe attracting an audience. For those of you that want to become an influencer, even because the King of Wands is kind of like the king of influencing. He's very popular, bold, entertaining, confident. For those of you interested in becoming an influencer or something similar to that, or maybe making money through your passion, that's one of the big surprises or life changes happening for you soon. It feels like it's happening before the end of the year for some reason. This is a timeless reading, but we are halfway through 2025. So by 2026, you guys are going to see some sort of action. So don't get discouraged. Also watch out too for a specific type of bird that may keep visiting you, pile 4. You'll notice that this bird comes to you just before something major happens in your life. So this could be like any sort of bird, maybe like an owl, a raven, a blue jay, a hummingbird, a falcon, a cardinal, a hawk, anything. It'll be specific to you though, because it's your current spirit animal that's trying to connect to you. And birds are connected to spirit communication. specifically messages. So get to know your bird spirit or your spirit animal. Also too, some of you guys have just come across like maybe a bird's nest, or you will very soon after hearing this reading. Also, you will be making really stubborn situations, people, events, circumstances bend to your will pile for. And I keep hearing shakeups. There's a lot of shakeups. So for those of you experiencing like a big astrological transit in the next 3 months, I'm filming this in early June 2025. So between now of June 2025 and September 2025, if you have one of the outer planets, which would be Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto, moving into a new house in the next 3 months, something about that ingress into a new house will cause a lot of situations and circumstances to change and bend and flex around you. Some of you have been stuck in a really stubborn season or a chapter with the Eight of Cups in reverse right here, where not a lot has changed or progressed. It may have even made you doubt where you're at. It may have made you question, should I go back to where I came from? There's been little actions with fewer results maybe. And if that resonates for you, then at some point between now and September, the cosmic shift in the skies does something really major in your own life that causes, like, Spirit is showing me your natal chart like a gear. So like when this transit happens, it's like it makes the gear turn, and that slow moving or stuck season starts producing some tangible results, and it starts picking up speed. And that'll be one of the big surprises or life changes for you as well, is things happening. And I also want to ask what you guys either had in your life maybe like 8 months ago or 8 years ago with this Eight of Cups right here, what you may have had in your life in a significant way that's not there anymore, because your cards here between the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse is talking about not like a reconciliation, but like a revisiting. And so the life change here could be you guys being shocked at how open you are to the idea of something coming back in. You're not as closed off anymore with the Eight of Cups in reverse. You're not as angry, not as absolute, I should say. Eight of Cups upright is absolute. He walks away and he never comes back. So in reverse, it's like, I thought I would never return to this, but I'm kind of open to it. And the King of Wands here is saying you made your point loud and clear to someone or something that you left behind. You made good on your promise and what you were willing. Yeah, promise is that's the word for you guys' pile. But you guys made good on your promise and what you were willing to tolerate or deal with. And once it happened again, you guys like walked away, or you just said like, this is not something that I'm willing to deal with or tolerate. This is just not a good fit for me anymore, maybe. And you guys moved on from something. So this doesn't just have to be a person. This could be a job you moved on from, or a certain location. Like maybe you said, for instance, you'd never move back to your hometown or never work in a certain industry again. These are just examples. But when we see the Page of Cups, there's something tempting, not as tempting as like the Knight of Cups. And with it in reverse, it's like, I'll hear you out, I'll like, let's say, for example, this is an old job making a new offer to you. This Page of Cups in reverse is like, we'll see. I'm open to hearing your offer. I'll consider it, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I'm back. Doesn't mean I'll say yes. Just means I'll listen, because there might be something there for me. And that's one of the life changes here for you guys as well. So let's start grabbing some oracle cards for you. Pile 4. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is a couple cards. So I'm going to keep shuffling, and it fell face down. Okay, we have here on the mend and scales of balance. On the mend says, be compassionate and kind to yourself as you heal your heart. And then it says, getting better. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Welcome improvements one step at a time. And on the mend, it could kind of be associated with that last message that came through, that some of you may be revisiting something that's mending here. And then we have here scales of balance. It says, seek equilibrium in love and career, harmonizing your inner scale to weigh decisions and with both heart and mind. And Harmony's call says, embrace equality and pursue justice. Keep an open mind as answers unveil your path to balance. So this is also a life change here, is you guys feeling more balanced in two opposing areas of your life. For some of you, you may have felt like life or like your love life and your career just didn't go together. It didn't mix well. maybe it was always sort of clashing. Like maybe your partners in the past, like maybe they had an issue with your work or how much you worked or how much you were gone or, you know, how demanding your work was. So this is more harmony coming into two opposing sides of your life. And it could have to do with love and career finally starting to balance out or finally starting to like fit together better, where you don't necessarily have to like pick between one or the other. Because you may have had to do that before, especially with the 8 of Cups, Page of Cups in reverse right here. And on the men, getting better. So there's 2 different like kind of forces in your life that may have been a little bit like difficult or in conflict all the time. That is starting to pan out for you, pile 4. That's another big life change for you. Let's see what other life changes we get for you in finances and career. Okay, we have here unclear. And then charity underneath the deck. And unclear here says money is either tight or not receiving what you expected. The answers you were seeking will remain unclear for now. Your basic needs will be met. This is definitely that 8 of Cups in reverse. Like I said, some of you are wondering like, maybe I should go back to where I came from. Like, let's just say, for example, with this unclear card coming out, let's say that you guys took a risk. Yeah, I did mention that. You guys took a risk. And let's say you took a risk and you left your job to start your own business, and business has not been moving in the way that you thought it would. There's certain promises that people made to you that they have fallen through on. They have not delivered on their promises. And so things aren't moving how you thought they would. They're not working out how you thought they would. And because of that, you guys are unclear. Should I stay here? Should I keep moving forward? Should I go back to where I came from? Okay, so we have here unclear. That is definitely confirming this 8 of Cups in reverse, what I picked up for you guys, where it's like, I don't know if like I made the right move or not. Okay, and then we have here charity underneath the deck. I'm gonna pull one more card for this unclear here, just to see if we can get some sort of clarity. But we have your charity underneath the deck. It says, see where you can give more of yourself to helping others and make a difference. Humanitarian work, human rights, justice, or advocacy work could be right for you. Donating can create positive energy around you and attract more abundance. So if you guys are feeling unclear right now, try donating. Try giving something away to see if that kind of makes things start moving when it comes to work and career. For those of you that are feeling a little bit like stagnant with work and career here. But let me try to pull one more card for the unclear. Yeah, a clarifier for the unclear card. Setbacks. That's what happens. See, you guys like face some setbacks, and this is why you're wondering. This is why you're feeling like maybe I should go back. Wherever I came from, it wasn't as difficult as it is now. Some of you guys are facing setbacks right now. Your attempts to increase your income have been largely unsuccessful. This is exactly what I picked up with this 8 of Cups in reverse. So this more so has to do with you guys is either finances or career or both. It says this financial setback is forcing you to get more organized with your finances. Don't lose hope. Use this time to learn from your mistakes. Yeah, promoters underneath the deck. Let me see if I can get one more clarifier here. Oh, hold on. These 2 cards fell out face down, but we have here the past and retail. You guys are wondering, should you go back to the past? Some of you guys, you worked in retail. You may have worked in retail. The past here says something from the past is coming back. Like I said, this is a revisiting. It says perhaps an old job or an unfinished project. Look to the past to understand the future, a lesson, an experience, or an old skill. You could be earning or receiving money from something that you did in the past. Okay, so some sort of past money or opportunities could be coming in. Retail here says if you have an idea in mind, this is giving you the green light that there is a need for it. Okay, this is that idea that you guys may have taken a risk in. It says consider careers in retail or e-commerce where it's good, whether it's goods or services. Save time, energy, and add passive income by taking your business online. Some of you guys, you need to move your business online. Okay, especially if you are in business for yourself, move your business online. We also have promoter underneath the deck before. So some of you may need to promote your business or promote yourself professionally a little bit more than what you are already doing in order to kind of shake out of this space that you're in. You may need to go a little harder, put yourself out there a little bit more, especially with the King of Wands right here. You may need to bring more attention to oh my God. Wasn't that the first message that I said to some of you guys? You're about to get the attention that you're looking for. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, yep. there's your answer to that. Underneath the deck here, we have arguments. Be on guard with who you deal with in terms of any money related matters. Make sure everything is in order to avoid monetary problems. There could be some financial disputes. This is what I was picking up with that promise word coming through. 8 of Cups in reverse. Some people may have made promises to you guys like, hey, you know, like come over here, work with me. Let's start your business. Take this risk, in other words. And there could have been some conflicts, some disputes, some arguments or something like that that made things kind of fall through. And you're like, I made this huge move. I took this huge risk. Now you want to fall through. Now we're dealing with this issue. Like, you know, like I really need this to work. Yeah. So for sure, this is about you guys. Like if somebody fell through, if something didn't work out, somebody made a promise to you that they are not honoring right now, don't deal with this person financially or professionally. Don't deal with them. Okay. Whatever is unclear, in terms of who to work with, or you guys have been arguing and in conflict, that's because you don't need to work with them. Okay. You guys definitely don't need to work with them. So for sure, you guys, in order to get out of this sort of situation where you're feeling unclear, feeling a little bit stagnant with work or finances, the advice here, charity, give some away. Start to give away what you're looking to receive. Also too, the past may be coming back, trying to offer you guys a deal. Again, like we talked about with your Page of Cups in reverse, you may be open to it. It's not the worst idea. Be open to hearing the offers, right? Be open to hearing the offers because it might be something that's in your best interest at the time in order to kind of help you guys shift out of this space. So let's just say that you left your old job to start a business and business has been a little stagnant. Your old job may come back and offer you a brand new offer, more money. That might be a good idea for now. So you guys can invest more money into promoting your business and pulling in more attention to your business or to these new sort of like professional moves that you want to make. Okay. Oh, and retail as well. That is also the advice for some of you too, is to move your business to more of an online space, an internet presence. Okay. Let's get some other messages here about some big life changes. It's crazy that these cards literally came through and said exactly what came through in your tarot cards, but let's see. Oh, okay. So, these are a couple of cards. I'm going to keep shuffling. Hold on. Because they fell face down. Big life changes for you. We have perspective, change the meaning of the issue, experiences, shaping perspective, reflection for change. Change your perspective. Okay. This is another life change coming in for you guys, or this is basically spirit kind of advising you guys, saying to change around your perspective. Once you change your perspective, something is going to become very clear for you. If you have to pray, set intention for perspective as well. Underneath the deck here, we have reaching. The moment to act has arrived. Reached your desired destination. Carrying out the plan. Keep moving forward with your plan. Things may seem unclear right now, but this is not a reason to give up or return to where you came from. Don't give up on what you've got going on. Again, stay open to whatever offers may come in right now because it could help advance your plans, but don't give up on your plans. Pile 4. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like there's one more card in here for you. 1 second. Hold on. Okay. We have here dreaming. It says, pay attention to your dreams, seeing beyond present reality, pursue your dreams. Do not give up on your dreams. Don't give up, okay? Underneath that is Wheel of Fortune, things working in your favor, lucky moment, phase, situation, fate, destiny, change. You guys don't give up. Your luck is about to change. Don't give up, okay? Then divine intervention, stop something bad from occurring. The divine forcing a change, miraculous turn of events. You guys don't give up. There's a reason why these arguments are happening, these conflicts are happening. That's to get you away from certain things because the Most High Great Spirit has stopped something bad from occurring. The divine forcing a change, miraculous turn of events. That was what I talked about with you guys when we were just looking at your tarot cards earlier, is that Great Spirit is faithful. Whatever it promised you, it will happen. Okay. So don't give up. Yeah, we'll put that here. There's about to be a divine intervention though, for sure. If it hasn't happened already by the time, you guys see this. Okay, let me see if I can get a message about a specific time of the year where you guys could expect some changes, because I felt like for you guys strongly, like there was something about before the year is out, before we get to 2026. So let's see what we get. We have here Gemini season. The answers that you seek are coming. Indecisiveness, expression, duality. Stay flexible in your approach. We are currently in Gemini season at the time of me filming this. Like I said, there's something between June and the next 3 months. If you guys have like a major ingress happening, expect some movement. Okay, so we're currently in Gemini season. We have time interference. Time depends on someone else, third party, outside interference. This matter is out of your control. I'm gonna shuffle for one more, but this time interference, it sounds a lot like this argument's over here. Like I said, there could be somebody that has they made a promise to you about something and you took a risk because of them, and they have messed with you guys' time. Let me see. Grab Sagittarius season. And then we have here January. See, there's something happening by the end of it, because Sagittarius is like, it takes us into the end of the year. Sagittarius is going to rule like the end of November and majority of December. And then we have here January. This is what I'm saying. Before the end of the year, before we get to January of 2026, something's happening. But Sagittarius season here says, moving through with quick energy, something's about to speed up for you guys. Free spirit, versatile, enthusiastic, draw on previous knowledge. And then we have here January, another chance to get it right. New year, goals, restart, resolutions, adjust your motives. This sounds a lot like that perspective over here as well. Changing your perspective around for sure. Yeah, something's happening before the end of the year. So look out for, because like I said, it's between now and the end of the year, and then now and the next 3 months. There could be some sort of big ingress happening between now and the next 3 months for you guys. But between now and the end of the year, expect this life change. It could happen around Sagittarius season. Some of you guys, you may be a Sagittarius or even a Gemini or even a Capricorn, even Aquarius. So Aquarius season hits at the end of Capricorn. Let's see what other life changes you guys can expect to see. And we have lunar eclipse change. Yeah, just change in general. And then moon soul. Lunar eclipse talks about the moon. It's when the moon is eclipsed by the shadow of the earth. And earth in astrology is going to represent physical human experiences, our human journey, our human incarnation, and that overshadowing our moon lunar energy. Your moon energy in astrology is your soul. It's your roots. It's where you come from. It is a very deeply mysterious energy or point in astrology that goes so much deeper than just your subconscious or your emotions and your intuition. For lunar eclipse change and moon soul to come out, this means that you guys are going through a very deep soul lesson right now that is going to change you from the inside out. Okay, so also too, work with your moon lunar energy, or work with the moon in general. You guys may be very drawn to the moon. You may stargaze a lot. You may feel very drawn to water right now. Leave an offering to a body of water. If you guys are around a body of water, a lake, a river, the ocean, something like that, think about maybe making an offer, leaving a offering to a body of water around you. Think of working with the moon. You could do a lot with the moon, different phases of the moon. You guys could even charge up crystals if you have crystals underneath the moon, or certain herbs, or even water itself. But you guys, work with the moon for it to come out twice. Lunar eclipse change here and the moon soul. Work with the moon in terms of changing as well, changing the core or changing the energy, changing the soul of certain situations in your life that you feel like has stunted or halted or stagnated in any way. Work with the moon energy. Okay, talk to the moon. Even if you don't know how to work with the moon energetically, or when it comes to setting intentions or performing magic, just talk to the moon. Talk to your ancestors. Talk to your spiritual energies around you, your spiritual team, your guides, your angels, the Most High, the universe, the moon, your higher self. However it is that you brand it, label it, name it, talk to it. Okay, talk to this energy about what you need to change and move in your life. Certain things are going to start moving and shaking, like we have divine intervention right here. And you guys can definitely expect some sort of change before the end of the year, for sure. And let's see what magic is occurring in your life right now. Yeah, we also even have Wheel of Fortune over here, reaching, dream as well. Dreaming as well came out for you, and the moon is very connected to your dreams, dream state, because it's our intuition that speaks to us through different mediums when we're dealing with the moon. Let's see what magic is happening in your life right now. Ooh, hold on. Okay, we have here mantra medicine flipped over. Mantra medicine, Banyan blessings. Mantra medicine says command, song, incantation, containment. You guys use incantations, affirmations, music, song, whatever it is to communicate to the spirit realm, because you guys are gifted in using song and affirmations, incantations, stuff like that in your spell work or your energy work. But I'm gonna read this out of the book. And then we also have your Banyan blessing, security, the hermit, expansion, and stability. Underneath the deck here, Burning Man says collective power, supreme prayer, 3 of Cups, and celebration. You guys can expect a celebration. 3 of Cups is exactly that. You can expect a celebration. Basically, this is your spiritual team celebrating some sort of prayer coming to fruition, or some sort of prayer manifesting and materializing in your life. Like it says here, supreme prayer. And then you guys have collective power in Burning Man here. So this is about you guys using the collective energies, the energies around you, and their power to help bring your prayers and your intentions to fruition. Okay. Banyan blessing says, since medieval times, trees have been revered as great agents of spiritual wisdom. And we know through science that without trees and plants, we cannot breathe the oxygen that we receive. Remember that there is abundance in the world, and there is scarcity, and there is security right in your reach. It is time to surrender to the path of your next growth and commit with full grace and trust. You guys trust it. Okay. And commit to where you are currently at. It says, sow your seeds of commitment to your personal development and do not let your vices get the better of you. Stay focused and secure in yourself as you take the next steps ahead. Keep moving ahead, you guys. It says the Banyan also asks you to expand into a greater network and branch your creative talents out for others, as someone may need your knowledge and craft. You guys move, like retail said over here, move your business or your passions or your interests into like a bigger space, like the internet or something. Okay. Because it literally says it right here. This card also asks you to expand into a greater network and branch your creative talents out for others, as someone may need your knowledge and craft. This is kind of like outsourcing your talents here. And it says, be patient, be still, and be confident. There is no need to try too hard. You guys do not give up on your plans. In other words, pile 4. Do not give up on your plans, like we've been talking about. And then mantra medicine says, it says, are you sure of your words, both spoken and the ones floating within your mind? Are you honest about your truth and unafraid to voice your power? Do not feel afraid to express your creative expression, but be mindful of how you speak your mind. The mind is a cauldron before the spells are cast. Are your words expressing love or fear? Sometimes we get lost in the ocean of our own thoughts and forget we need to share them carefully with another who can carry them in sacred space. If you are feeling overwhelmed with thoughts and words, now is the time to speak to someone. Alternatively, if you are feeling that you have been saying too much, distracting yourself and others to drown out the silence, now is a time to contain your energy. There is a time to be silent and a time to speak. And also, pile 4, watch your words, okay? Even if you're joking, just don't use any sort of negative words, because they affirm negative perspectives and even realities, okay? And so you have to believe in what you're doing, pile 4, because especially like we had the unclear card right here, and that's exactly what came up for you with your 8 of Cups in reverse. You're wondering, should I go back? Should I stay? Should I keep going? Like, you're not knowing exactly where you should be or what you should be doing. And if that is the case for you, watch your words. Do not use any sort of negative language. Don't talk about being in debt. Don't talk about being broke. Don't use that type of words. Those are vibrations. They carry real, tangible consequences and results. They end up reaffirming what we are saying through literal circumstances. So be very careful about the words that you are speaking. Okay, you need to be very conscious of that if you guys have been using negative language lately. Okay, even if you've been feeling unclear, start turning your words around and saying, I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Even if you don't know, Even if you're in a space right now where you feel unclear or you're dealing with setbacks, start affirming to yourself, because you are the director of your own reality. You have got to believe in your own authority, pile 4. Start saying to yourself, I know exactly where I'm at. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm not dealing with a setback. I'm moving forward. I'm so grateful and thankful that everything is working out for me. I'm so thankful that I have achieved this, that I'm experiencing this success over here. Start directing your own reality. It might feel delusional, then be a little delusional. That's perfectly fine. What do you have to lose? So believe in your authority. You've got the King of Wands right here, the only upright tarot card for you. He believes in his power. He wields his power. He owns his power. That's exactly where you need to be, pile 4. Own your power. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. You tell life what to do. You tell it how to move. Okay? And that's exactly what you guys need to do in order to start changing things around, like the perspective card talked about over here. This is talking about changing around your perspective and realizing how much power you do have. Okay, so start affirming that. Divine intervention too, that's also going to come through for you guys as well. But other than that, pile 4, this is it. This is all that I'm saying for you guys in terms of these big life changes about to come into your life. Definitely expect something to move and shake before the end of this year, with Sagittarius in January season coming out right here. Gemini season, the season that we are currently in right now, at least at the time of me filming this, definitely expect some big moves before the end of the year. But yeah, pile 4, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.